Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, May the 9th, and today is yarn for breakfast over at the coffee shop in Portsmouth, Virginia. So if you're local and you watch my videos, you're interested in meeting up with a bunch of other yarn fanatics, feel free to join us. Ignore my hair. I just took it out of the braid. I just got to re-twist it or braid it before I leave. So don't worry about it. Things that are going on. Alright. First I'm gonna do all my yarn stuff, and then I'm gonna talk about something else that's sad and important. Because the family needs your help with final expenses. Okay, I finished my daughter's blanket. I know somebody asked me about it last video. So I finished her blanket. All the ends are woven in. At least I think all the ends are woven in. So, we back up here. And this is her blanket. And I wish, like I said, I wish the color of the greens would come out properly. And like I said, it's a big blanket. So, it's each stripe represents one skein of yarn. And as you can see, the green yarns had more yarn in their stacks, even though both were from I Love This Yarn, and they were supposed to both have almost the same, the same yardage. So it is a decent size blanket. Actually, it could probably do good on a twin bed. Yeah, some left over on the edges just wouldn't be long enough, it wouldn't be long enough for a twin bed. But I'm 5'4". And this blanket from my head down almost touches the floor. So that's how long it is. And so yeah, so it's finished. So Pudding, if you watch this, feel free to come and get your blanket. So yeah, so that's finally done. So both the blankets I've been working on are as good as they're gonna get. I wanted to put the guy's name or his initials or something in his blanket. But I don't do cross stitch, and I don't do like color work. So that's not gonna happen unless I can find somebody who wants to do it for free for me. Yeah, or that his family can get some iron on. Maybe I'll look for some of those, because they didn't like me wash it, they'll kind of warp or something. I don't know. Maybe find somebody that can they know someone who can embroider. They can embroider like you do the letters for your letterman jackets and stuff. Maybe somebody can put his initials in it that way. I don't know. It's I'm tired. Sock progress. So this is, I think I showed you guys the sock the last time, but I got the toe in it now, and it fits my husband's foot perfectly. And that's where I'm going to put the afterthought heel at, right through there. So this sock, I finished the toe on this sock doing Maryland sheep and wool. This kitchen area. And I know people think, oh, that looks funny. But when you put your foot in it, it's shaped perfectly for your foot, for your toes and stuff. And this is my progress on sock 2. I've already gotten beyond the afterthought heel. I don't count rows. I don't keep counting rows. This is what I do. I line them up. And then, to the best of my ability, I eye them where I need to put it. And it's pretty much, I got it right on. So now, I'm about 1.25 inches from starting to do my toe shaping. Doing my decreases for my toe shaping. So, I think the second sock is going a lot faster. I'm not sure why, but it has. Because I take this with me to work. And this is the only project that I work on during my lunch breaks, is the sock. And since I finished that blanket, this is what I've been working on at night. So that's probably why it's going faster. I do have another project to do, but it's going to be easier because it'll be with worsted weight yarn. That is a pair for my son. I'm always making fingerless gloves for him, so it's time to make him a new pair of gloves. He loves them. He wears them until they fall apart. literally. But I do have my next projects for me already in project bags. This is my project bag from Mixed Plate 84, aka Ashley Purdue. She's on Ravelry. I always post her link, usually post her link in my videos. But like I said, my Messalina shawl, I've already cast it on for it and got up a couple of rows. And so it's in here with the yarn. I have 2 spinning projects on the spinners. So you guys have seen this before. I haven't bothered in a while because I decided I'm going to spin the rest of it. Here's one of my spinners from last year from Turnstiles. Yeah, I'm thinking about spinning the rest of this onto a bobbin. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. There's a couple of spinners. This is a spinner full of this stuff somewhere around here too. I don't know, I'll be leaving stuff places. And then I have this silk and BFL that I got from Maryland Chicken Wool this year that I'm spinning. And it's beautiful coppery tones. Lovely, lovely yarn. So, and this bag is my bag from Erin, Giving Yarn 418. As soon as I saw it, it was like, it's mine. It must be mine. So yeah, so that's got spinning stuff in it. Let's see. And then I bagged this up and put the pattern in here. This is gonna be my next. This is a Line Brand Heartland yarn that I got. Excuse me. I got for my birthday from my coworkers. And this is going to be another hand break cowl. So I already got it bagged up with the pattern. And I need to find my other bags. I don't know where I stored them at. Maybe somewhere around this room. So, Messalina, hand break. And then I got something in this bag with a pattern. So let me see. Ah, yes. This is another hand break cowl. Is it? Let me see what this means. Yep. This is going to be another hand break cowl. And this is some alpaca and merino. This is from my stash. This is some of that stuff that I was winding that was on my desk. And this is Asher's. This is 100% alpaca. This is Asher's fiber. He died unexpectedly about 2 years ago. He's beautiful, beautiful alpaca, award-winning alpaca. And he had, they're not sure. It was hunting season, so and there was a storm. They're not sure if he got struck by lightning or if the dogs literally scared him to death. They're not sure. I don't know if they did him a proxy or not. And so, that's 3 projects. And then the 4th project is going to get frogged. I'm going to use this yarn to do one of those 60 quick baby blankets or something. I mean, this isn't, it's like, it'd be perfect for baby blankets and stuff. I guess I could keep going and make the blanket using that pattern just to practice that pattern. But, yeah. I need to do some big blanket projects to use up a bunch of yarn to get my stash back down. Oh, that hurts. So, for some reason, I don't know what's going on. Anybody had this problem, please let me know. But for the last 2 weeks, I have this weird freaking muscle twitch on this eyelid. It happens at the weirdest times. Like sometimes I'll look up and it does. It's like it's trying to close my eyelid. Trying to close, like my eyelid, my eyes trying to close while it's trying to open. It's a weird feeling. And it's been going on now for a week and a half. And it's all day long, constantly during the day. And it's just so weird and driving me nuts. So if anyone's ever had that experience, please share and tell me what you did to stop it. So yeah, so those are that's my works in progress, my future works in progress. It's already bagged up while I'm spinning. Oh, I did finish. I didn't show y'all. I don't think I showed y'all. I finished plying up all the yarn that was on my bobbins. From my last, from when I, before I went up on from 2014, before I started working on projects for 2015 for this year. So I finished spinning all that stuff that was on my bobbin. I finished plying. So I have 2 skeins of the strawberry compote, however you say it. And it hasn't been finished yet. All of these got to be washed and balanced. So it hasn't been finished yet. So I have 2 skeins of that. I have 1 skein of this merino that I dyed, and I'm absolutely loving this. I'm not sure the yardage, but I'm hoping that there's enough yardage in there to do a nice hat with. I'll have to go and look through Terry, the yarn, Foster, website, blogs, not blogs, YouTubes to find a nice hat pattern for that, depending on my yardage. Then I also have this one, which is some BFL that I dyed. It's very, very soft and squishy. I love it. Very soft and squishy. Gorgeous fiber. Gorgeous dye job too. And then I have this one, which is, it reminds me of spruce trees. So it's not really showing up. And this is 2 skeins. I just put it all on the knitting knotted together and join it, because whatever gets made out of this, I think it should be just one project, one thing. Now I originally got these two to do them together in a project. So who knows? So those were finished. So they go into my need to be finished cubicle. It's full now of hand spun. So it needs to be finished, labeled, and then taken upstairs and put into the giant box full of hand spun yarn. So after I finished plying those, and they're all 3 plied, Navajo plied, I went ahead and I applied everything that was on my Vespera bobbins. And if I said spindles instead of bobbins, you figure it out. So this is some Falkland that I dyed, and it was in a very springy color. It has yellows in there and greens. It has these rosy pinkish browns, like right before flowers open and stuff, or like when the dogwood flowers start dying on the trees, they kind of turn this pink color, and when they drop down to the ground, they get like this pinkish brown color. So I got, from 1 bobbin on the Vesper, I got 3 ply bobbins from the Spinolution B. The other bobbin, this is, let me see, I need to cut that, because first, join from the leader. Put a knot in it. I always put a knot at the end, so that my twist can't escape. That's me. It doesn't hurt anything, and you really can't tell. And when I cut the end, I always leave it with enough that I can fray if I need to spit splash or something like that. Anyway, this is some of Velvet's fiber. She's a churro from last year. It's a real pretty oatmeal color. So that's Velvet's fiber from last year. Now I finished spinning. And then this is some fiber from Jenna, and I think it was like bamboo and flax or something like that. I know it's some kind of, I know it was a vegan blend. So it could have been alpaca and flax or whatever. But it's really nice. This, I don't know how much it is in there, but it's a nice nice fiber. And so those just need to be taken off the bobbins and skeined up, and then all this needs to be finished. Because like I said, that whole bin is full of hand spun now. So the other thing I've been spinning, which you guys probably can't see it very well, is I've been spinning on the Vesper, and this is the yarn. It's red, orange, and yellow. It's real pretty. But that's what I've been spinning on my Vesper. Somebody, I can't remember, they asked me to do a review of the Vesper. The Vesper is easy to use. I took the foot pedal off of mine, and I put a dimmer switch on it, up and down dimmer switch on mine to control the speed. And I can spin pretty much at a very high rate of speed, almost full speed on that thing. And the only thing that I don't like about the Vesper or is the flyer design. I don't like the flyer design because it has an aluminum rod, and that aluminum rod has this, when you oil it to keep it running smoothly, it has this nasty residue that builds up. It's nasty, oily, and if you're spinning white fiber, I don't spin white fiber on that well, except for this, because it's like, to me this was like trash fiber. Only had a very small amount. It's not a trash, something just to spin, you know. It only has a very small amount of it, because I didn't even get a full bobbin off of it in the 3-ply. Or just like this. And if I'm going to spin something that's light colored on it, then I will clean it very, very, very well before I start the project, and clean it in between light colored projects. You have to, or you'll get that stuff on your fingers, and next thing you know, it's on your fiber. That's the only downside to a lot of their product design, is those aluminum rods. I know they do it because they want to keep it cost effective and cheaper, but it is, I would pay more for a traditional style flyer, like an Ashford flyer or something of that nature, because then I wouldn't have to worry about all that residue. So that's the downside to it. Now, if you look at other electric spinners, and hold on, let's see if I can get this down so I can show you. Hopefully ain't nothing in here to surprise me, like a spider, because I haven't opened this thing and I took it down in a while. Okay, so this is also an electric spinner, and it was probably one of the first handmade electric spinning wheel prototypes. It's called the Adelaide, and this is the second machine that company made. Okay, and I still have the paperwork that came with it and everything. I purchased it from a friend of my friend Jenna, who I don't know where they bought it from. But this has, like you can see, it has the traditional bobbins with these bobbins are, you can take them apart, and it has the band that you can put on your it has a sewing machine motor that's under here, and it has a foot pedal. It says C.J. Crowley and Company. I tried looking up this company and stuff, and I could not find it. To try and get more information on this. It works fine. I've spun on it before. It works fine. The only thing I don't like is the bobbins. You take the bobbins apart. They can come apart. And these bobbins, it's loose, you know. It needs to be tighter. I mean, it's not going to come apart while you're spinning, but I'm just saying, once you take the bobbin off these what do they call these? Not mother ball. Well, the support things. Once you take the bobbin off of it, then that'll come apart. But as you can see, it has a custom wooden flyer. It has holes drilled in. The metal that's being used is if it's aluminum, it's coated, so you don't get that residue. And then you have your, so it's simple. It's a simple design, and you don't have to deal with the residue. I like this one. I don't use it because I don't want to mess it up. Because, maybe one day it'll be used. And the inside is the storage area. And you can see some yarn that I've spun. That's some linking. And so you store your other 2 bobbins inside. And there's only the 3 bobbins. And since I can't find the company or who made it, I can't order like a 4th bobbin so that I can spin on 3-ply on one. And these bobbins hold quite a nice amount of fiber. You could get probably about 6.5 to 7 ounces on one of these bobbins if you're spinning very fine. So it's a nice electric wheel. And like I said, they made sure all of theirs was made out of it's wood with the dowel with the metal or plastic insert to spin around the shaft of the flower. So you don't have to deal with all that residue like you do with the heavy hand spinning product. So yeah. So that is my review of it. I love it. I use it because I am a very fine. I spin fine. I always spin either lace weight or sock weight yarns. And the only reason it ends up being sock weight is because I 3-ply. If I do a 2-ply, then it's going to be a lace weight yarn. And that's my typical spin, whether I'm spinning on my spinning wheel or whether I'm spinning on my spindles. On my spindles, my yarn will be even finer. It's definitely going to be a lace weight yarn too. As some people have called it when they watch me spin, why are you spinning frog hair? Which frogs don't have hair, so I guess, But it depends on what spindle you're using too. If you're using a heavier plying spindle, like this Crochet spindle, this is a plying spindle. This thing probably weighs 3 or 4 ounces. If you're using a plying spindle, you're going to get a thicker yarn because you have to, or it's going to be breaking every time you try to grab. So yeah, so that's what I've been spinning, and that is my short review of the Vesper. If for a beginner want to get into electric spinning wheels, e-spinners, then the Vesper is a very affordable introduction into that particular spinning wheel type. However, if you can save up the money and go for one of the other designs, then that's up to you. I want to save my money up because I love the Spinolution products, and I want to save up my money to get a Firefly. That's just me. So yeah, I gotta remember to put that back in. And I have to get my husband to put it back up. I can get it down, but I can't get it back up there. So now to talk about the serious issue that's going on right now is I was in the Navy from August of 90 until January of 96. The first friend that I made while I was in Orlando, Florida, after boot camp, was Shelly Marie Labine. And people thought we looked so much alike that they thought we were sisters. Because then I used to wear my contacts, so my eyes are kind of, slanted. So she's Filipino, half Filipino. So people always thought we were sisters because we were always hanging out together. We go to the clubs together. We go out drinking together, and just having fun. And we always stayed in touch, no matter where we were stationed at. We tried to stay in touch with each other. So thanks to Facebook, it was easy to monitor things going on in her life, and it was easy for her to monitor things going on in my life. And Vine lit up the room when she just had like this glow, this inner glow, and she didn't meet no strangers. She always saw the good in anybody, and she was always trying to help people. She was just a very caring person, and only thing she ever wanted to be was a mother and a wife. And she used to talk about that all the time when we were in the Navy. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I felt like she was just selling, you know, that she just didn't want to be alone, and that she was selling. And she was such a beautiful person, physically beautiful and beautiful inside. That, you know, you always want the best for people, good people like that. And it seemed that, and good people like that seem to attract the wrong type of people, regardless. You don't even have to try. It's like they say, the devil is a liar and the devil is busy. Yeah, that's what it feels like for people like LaBon. That's what they seem to attract. People who aren't going to be there for them, who aren't going to be what they need in the long run. That's just my personal observation from my years of knowing her. We were stationed together in Orlando, we were stationed together in Great Lakes, and then we were stationed together in Norfolk. And after that, our paths parted ways because we got transferred to different duty stations. She went down, I think she went back down to Orlando. I went up to New Jersey. But she had one daughter that passed early. Then she had her other daughter, and she was so scared and afraid. This daughter also had health issues, but they struggled through them together. You know, they go on walks and runs for her daughter's issues and stuff. They pray together. They just stuck together. Her daughter was literally her word. Every other word out her mouth was Kaya, Kaya, Kaya. You know, she loved her daughter beyond death. Death will not separate this woman from her daughter. I feel that very strongly. She will be there to protect her daughter, even after death. That's how I feel. But, you know, she was a victim of domestic violence. She was stabbed to death. I will post a link to the news and police reports, and also to the GoFundMe that another family friend started to help Kaya, who was only 14 years old, and she watched this man stab her mother to death. She's going to need help as well. She's going to need help getting emotional counseling for having watched this man murder her mother in front of her. And one of the witnesses at the scene said that they heard her, LaBon, say that she didn't want to die. And I know that she said that because she didn't want to leave her daughter behind. It's hard because you're not there. I don't consider myself a close family friend because we've been separated all these years and going on with our other lives, but we always stayed in touch. But the LaBon that I know from when our military days, I was very close to. So I'm just asking you guys, if you can, go to the GoFundMe and help. I know that she's being shipped back to Wisconsin, Michigan, that area, for her funeral, and she'll be buried next to her daughter that passed away. But like I said, her daughter is only 14. She does not have the resources to take care of her funeral. I don't know what environment has set up or anything, but I do know that every little bit helps. And I know that this child is going to need a lot of love and counseling to help her through this. So I'm just asking if you could go to the GoFundMe and just give a little bit. Anything will help them with the final expenses and laying her to rest. And like I said, she was also a military veteran. And I haven't seen anyone mentioning that she was a veteran. So it's hard because she didn't deserve to have to die that way. I know there's a place and there's a time for everything, that when it's your time, it's your time. But I also believe that people unlawfully take the time that you were meant to be on this earth away. That they have no right to do that, but they do it. So it's like a vicious cycle. You have these good people out there that people just immediately are comfortable with, care about, want to be around. You have these little suns that attract all these planets around them. And then you have this rogue sun, not even a sun, this dark planet, like the fifth element, that comes along and destroys that sun and leaves all this emotional fallout. I can honestly say this woman has friends all over the United States, from people she was stationed with, and probably around the world from people she's met during her lifetime. And she was only 43 years old. So I can honestly say that the fallout from her passing is great. So if you can, go donate. I'm going to go because I'm getting emotional. Because I have tried not to cry. It's not working, huh? So I'm going to post the links. So if you can, go donate. If not, at least share the link so that we can raise as much money as possible to help her daughter. Take care of her final expenses and make sure there's something there for her for college, or if she's spent a lot of time in children's hospitals, her daughter has. So, you know, this emotional crap, it could be a setback for her as well. So you want to make sure that there's something there to help Kaya out as well. Alright then, so I'm going to go. She's on for breakfast today, and I ain't showing up there with no red eyes like I've been crying. I'm just going to say it with my allergies. Y'all didn't see me cry. It was my allergies. So y'all take care.